The whole otter thing started when I was 15, when I used to be bullied at school, so I used to bunk off school and then spend all my time by the river because I used to live in the country. And I've always had an interest in otters, so I started a Facebook group up and that attracted a lot of attention. Most of it was good, some of it was bad, particularly from angling waters. And I could see there was a problem with otters and fish, because obviously they eat fish, main diet is fish. So I set about trying to work with the anglers. There was lots of persecution going on, which was quite obvious and blatant. And as a result of the work that we did with that actually dropped. So we got a humane trapping licence to be able to remove them if they got inside of a fenced fishery, which has been extremely successful. We then had contact from another wildlife rescue at Midwestern-super-Mare who had an adult otter that they didn't have a release site for, and they asked if we could help. So we did. We found a release site and we looked after that animal. And then a friend of mine down at Buckfast Lee, Butterfly Farm and Otter Centre, he had 2 cubs in and he wasn't able to do the onward rehab process, so he sort of said to me one night, "Oh, you should do it because you're the Otter Trust." So we haven't got any enclosures. So he said, "Well, can't you build some?" So I thought, yeah, I suppose I could. So I knocked 2 makeshift ones up in the back garden in Chitlanton where I used to live. And from that, it's now grown from, in 2017 that was, to what you see here today. So it's an extremely large organisation now. We've got space for probably 40 animals. We've currently got 21 in as we speak, and bearing in mind our year runs from January to January, so it's only the first week in March, so it's extremely busy. This morning I've been up to Bristol and picked up a small cub. It's Heidi.
And you just picked her up?
Yeah, literally, yeah. I just went up to Bristol this morning and picked her up. So she's only 1.1 kilos, so she's quite small.
So what was her story?
She was found in Cheltenham, in a small lane somewhere. We don't really know much about her at the moment. I can give you a nice warm. I'm going to sleep in my office tonight for a few days. Last week we had 2 from Scotland. We went up to Cumbria and met the guys there and brought 2 back from Scotland. So we travel all over the UK. We're the main and the biggest go-to specialist centre for this species in the country. There's a couple others that do it. RSPCA up at Cheshire, they can do half a dozen. There's one up on the Isle of Skye, they can do a few as well. But we're taking in huge numbers. We're doing 30 plus a year, which has never been known. It's totally unequalled, certainly in England. And we do it because we want to do it. We do it because we can make a difference.
And what would happen to those animals if you weren't doing that?
Well, if they were found and they couldn't find somewhere to put them, they'd probably be put to sleep, which, ethically is wrong to me and morally. So I like to think that all the cubs that we've got, we're here, we've given them a second chance. And what makes that even more rewarding is 2 things. One is the actual release. So when we come to release them a year down the line, because the rehab process is very long, when we release them and see them go back into the wild as wild animals, as they should be, that's the ultimate for us. That's why we do what we do. And the other thing is, everything that we do here is all done by volunteers. Nobody gets paid a penny. Nobody takes any money out of this, not even myself. Everything is funded by donations, very kindly by the public and other outlets, and it just enables us to do something really special for a really special, for a really, really special, historically important species.
And were you a Tark of the Otter or a Ring of Bright Water?
Well, I saw Ring of Bright Water, but I always sort of grew up with Tark of the Otter, really. So yeah, and it's the best one because it was filmed here anyway. So.